I am continuing my treatment, and though none of us can know what the future holds, I remain grateful for the joy my family brings. This Christmas, I wish you strength and hope. May you stay positive, whatever comes.
In the dim glow of Windsor Castle's private quarters, where ancient tapestries seem to murmur the secrets of long-gone kings and queens, Catherine, Princess of Wales, sat in front of a camera on a crisp December evening in 2025. And the air was thick with the scent of pine from early holiday decorations. Yet her expression carried a heaviness far beyond seasonal cheer as she recorded a message in the flicker of a lone lamp that would echo across the nation and beyond. Surfacing quietly without fanfare or royal announcements like a soft snowfall drifting across social media and news outlets, just hours before her annual Together at Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey, where she began with a steady but vulnerable voice saying, "I am continuing my treatment," while expressing gratitude for the joy her family brings and wishing everyone strength, hope and positivity no matter what lies ahead. And these words delivered with her signature grace revealed not defeat, but resilience in an ongoing battle with cancer that had first stunned the world nearly 2 years earlier, with insiders later explaining that the timing was intentionally aligned with the event she had hosted since 2021, focused on community, kindness and reflection, as the video trended under hashtags like Catherine Strong and Royal Hope, sparking widespread empathy and pushing YouGov polls to show 82% of Britons admiring her honesty, up from 75% after her first announcement in March 2024. And the message stood out as raw, relatable, and deeply human, offering a rare look behind the curtain of a life lived under constant scrutiny while meticulous preparations for the service continued. With Catherine still recovering from chemotherapy completed in September 2024 and entering remission in January 2025, yet insisting on attending despite medical advice to rest as her Kensington Palace team coordinated with performers and guests who embodied themes of support and perseverance. And the simple setting of the video with family photos behind her served to connect her personal and public worlds while reminding everyone that uncertainty exists even within royalty. And as Big Ben rang across London, the release became not just a health update, but a call for collective strength that resonated with families facing their own challenges, as social media, filled with stories of cancer battles shared in solidarity, including one survivor writing, her words hit home. "We're all in this together," and this emotional revelation set the tone for a particularly poignant service blending tradition with heartfelt authenticity, while tracing back to her January 2024 abdominal surgery, initially believed to be non-cancerous until post-operative tests confirmed cancer, and led to her March 2024 statement revealing preventive chemotherapy, during which she acknowledged how tough the months had been for her family. And by September 2024, she updated the public again, noting chemotherapy was complete, but recovery would be long as she focused on staying cancer-free, something she shared through a family-shot video in Norfolk. And entering 2025, she announced remission during a visit to the Royal Marsden Hospital, although her December 2025 message clarified that treatment continued through monitoring and supportive therapies, which medical experts including Cancer Research UK affirmed is common since remission does not mean cure, especially for abdominal cancers, whose type remains private, while Palace sources described a regimen of scans and lifestyle adjustments to strengthen immunity. And this ongoing reality highlighted the uncertainty she referenced when saying none of us can know the future. While public perception shifted significantly as an Ipsos poll in July 2025 placed her at 79% favourability, the highest among royals, with psychologists like Dr. Linda Papadopoulos praising her blend of vulnerability and duty for humanising the monarchy, and insiders acknowledged the emotional toll, including honest conversations with George, Charlotte and Louis, which William discussed in an October 2025 interview, saying they told the children everything. And this journey, marked by absences from events like Trooping the Colour in 2024, although she returned in 2025, reflected her commitment to prioritising recovery over protocol, as she found gratitude in family moments, such as summer breaks in Balmoral spent healing. While data from Macmillan Cancer Support showing over 3 million UK residents living with cancer made her story widely relatable, and her advocacy through visits to support groups drove a 25% increase in donations to related charities according to Commission reports. And on December 5, 2025, Westminster Abbey welcomed more than 1,600 guests for the fifth Together at Christmas service, where she arrived in a forest green Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen coat, with fur trim and diamond earrings once worn by Queen Elizabeth II. Standing with William and their children George, Charlotte, and Louis, as a symbol of unity during a programme centred on love, kindness, and community that featured performances by artists like Jessie J, who shared an emotional moment with Catherine over their cancer experiences, and readings by survivors echoed her message, while her handwritten letter posted by Kensington Palace reflected on the deeper meaning of the season. And the ITV broadcast drew 4.2 million viewers, up 15% from 2024. While behind-the-scenes reports described her personal involvement in choosing hymns like "O Come All Ye Faithful" for their uplifting spirit. And despite treatment-related fatigue, she greeted guests including children from hospices embodying the service's purpose, while royal watchers noted the absence of Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, but kept the focus on positivity, as William's protective gestures toward her spoke volumes, and social media posts praised her radiance, with Together at Christmas trending globally. And aides told Vanity Fair the event was therapeutic for Catherine, as meeting others facing similar challenges strengthened her resolve, while the service raised more than £500,000 for children's mental health charities aligning with her early years' work. And the release of her message triggered immediate worldwide reaction, with UK tabloids like the Daily Mail calling it brave, while The Guardian raised questions about privacy and duty. And social media exploded with over 500,000 posts within 24 hours according to Brandwatch, with 70% supportive. While international responses included Gallup polling showing 55% of Americans viewing her as a model of resilience, despite some criticism from progressive voices calling the message performative and others debating the pressures on public figures to reveal personal struggles. Yet supporters and feminist groups countered with campaigns highlighting gender-biased scrutiny and showing that many saw her openness as strengthening rather than weakening the institution. And in Commonwealth nations, such as Australia, where Republican sentiment has long simmered, her vulnerability appeared to soften attitudes rather than harden them. ABC News polls indicated a 10% drop in anti-monarchy sentiment as viewers connected with her focus on family joy amid uncertainty. And celebrity reactions pushed the message even further, with Oprah Winfrey reflecting on past royal interviews, praising her strength on Instagram as a beacon of hope, while singer Jessie J's post about their emotional hug at the service gained millions of likes, highlighting the genuine human connections formed. And data from the British Polling Council showed her approval rising to 81% by late 2025, surpassing William's 74%, proving her ability to turn personal hardship into something relatable. And this response marked a clear shift from the conspiracy theories that surrounded her 2024 absence toward widespread empathy, as Newsweek noted in retrospective reports that her emphasis on positivity and gratitude resonated deeply during global uncertainty, sparking conversations about mental and physical health, while driving a 20% jump in donations to cancer charities in the following weeks according to Macmillan Cancer Support, ultimately reinforcing her role as the monarchy's emotional anchor and turning adversity into public unity and healing. And Catherine's ongoing struggle deeply affected the House of Windsor by testing bonds and reshaping roles in ways that both challenged and strengthened the institution, as King Charles, fighting his own cancer since February 2024, found shared ground with her through parallel health battles that created a vulnerability beyond royal protocol. With joint statements stressing family support and insiders telling The Times these experiences not only strengthened relationships, but also encouraged more collaborative charity efforts focused on cancer research. And this unity appeared most clearly in quieter family gatherings, where conversations about treatment and recovery became a bonding tradition that helped bridge generational gaps. And Prince William, as heir apparent, took on increased responsibilities during her treatment, managing solo engagements while balancing home life, and describing 2024-2025 as a roller coaster in interviews, admitting in a September 2025 Sky News interview that it was the hardest year he had faced as he watched his wife fight the illness. And his vulnerability, shared openly with Eugene Levy, highlighted the emotional toll as he said, "It's been tough, but we're stronger for it." And the couple worked deliberately to explain everything to George. Charlotte and Louis in age-appropriate terms, so the children understood without unnecessary fear, which William expanded on in a November 2025 People magazine feature, where he said keeping school routines steady helped ground the children through chaos, and experts agreed this stability built resilience. And Queen Camilla offered quiet guidance drawn from her own family's medical history, giving practical advice on dealing with public scrutiny while ill. And sibling dynamics shifted as Pippa and James Middleton offered private support, with James noting in a May 2025 Town and Country interview the profound effect the diagnosis had on their tight-knit family, and how it deepened their bond through shared pain and affection. And his mental health memoir paralleled Catherine's openness by emphasizing vulnerability in ways that resonated within the broader royal family. And Ipsos polls from April 2025 showed family approval ratings at 56%, a rise linked to these displays of unity and honesty. And the crisis spurred internal reforms, including strengthened medical privacy protocols to protect against invasive media and better mental health resources for staff and family, as noted in palace briefings. And William's renewed focus on work-life balance, including fewer public engagements to prioritize rest and family time, reflected a broader shift toward a more sustainable monarchy, which helped public perception improve, with 59% of respondents in YouGov's October 2025 tracker viewing the monarchy as stable despite ongoing challenges. Yet scrutiny remained intense and led to lawsuits against paparazzi for overstepping during sensitive moments. And Catherine gently addressed this intrusion by emphasizing family joy and prioritizing private healing over public spectacle. And reports from December 2025 suggested Charles wanted a special Christmas due to reflections on his own health, aiming to celebrate resilience as a family. And overall, her battle humanized the monarchy by fostering not just resilience but more authentic family bonds that could reshape royal dynamics for years to come. And born Catherine Elizabeth Middleton on January 9, 1982, in Reading, Berkshire, to Michael, a flight dispatcher, and Carol, a former flight attendant turned entrepreneur. She grew up with a mix of middle-class ambition and international exposure as the eldest of three, with siblings Pippa and James, and spent early years in Amman, Jordan, due to her father's job, which nurtured adaptability. And she studied at St Andrew's School in Pangbourne, where she excelled in sports and the arts and captained hockey teams before attending Marlborough College, where she developed leadership skills that earned her a place at the University of St Andrews in 2001, to study art history, where she met William in 2002, with their friendship becoming romance by 2003. And after graduating in 2005, she worked at Party Pieces, her family's business, and as a buyer for Jigsaw, which helped her develop independence. And her 2011 wedding to William, watched by 2 billion viewers, marked her royal debut. Yet her early activism in children's issues formed the foundation for her later work. And biographies such as Catherine, Princess of Wales by Britannica, describe her English heritage, with coal mining ancestors giving her a grounded perspective. And her ability to handle media storms such as the 2007 breakup foreshadowed the resilience she now shows in her cancer fight. And her background explains her composure as she balanced embassy internships, charity races, and volunteer work that reflected an early commitment to service. And her hopeful messages stem from this history, turning personal experiences into public encouragement. And as she looks ahead, Catherine's message suggests a cautious future, with treatment continuing alongside a gradual return to duties, while managing the lingering effects of her illness. And palace sources reported scaled-back 2026 engagements focused on her signature early years initiatives, supporting child development and mental health. And with remission confirmed in January 2025, during a meaningful visit to the Royal Marston Hospital. She may expand into broader health advocacy, including more appearances tied to cancer awareness that build on her personal journey. And speculation grows about potential travel, such as a possible official state visit to the United States in July 2026 for America's 250th anniversary, potentially at the invitation of President Donald Trump, melding diplomacy with her themes of resilience and family unity. And experts anticipate her influence increasing, with partnerships with groups like Cancer Research UK to boost global awareness following the donation surges after her candid updates. And she may promote preventive health programs and survivor stories, drawing from her experiences to shape public conversations and policy, while family life remains central to her healing, with planned Balmoral retreats offering quiet time with William and their children, and emphasising how private moments anchor them amid public pressure. And public perception may continue improving as outlets like Hello report she could spark a monarchy revival in 2025-2026 by making the institution more relatable and countering rising Republican sentiment through transparency. With polls predicting her approval stabilising around 78%, according to YouGov's August 2025 tracker, which boosts William's future reign and reflects growing royal favourability during her steady return. And despite fluctuations with some surveys placing her at 71%, her consistent grace under pressure maintains strong public admiration. And ongoing monitoring poses emotional challenges, alongside heavy media attention. But her positivity continues inspiring millions facing similar battles, and astrologers and psychics, including figures like the living Nostradamus, predict easing family tensions and possible reconciliation driven by the younger generation with William and Catherine's children, helping rebuild broader royal relationships by early 2026. And her lasting impact lies in reshaping royal vulnerability into a source of empowerment, empathy, and institutional modernization that resonates far beyond the palace. And as 2025 ends, Catherine's message stands as a symbol of grace under pressure, moving from the quiet recording at Windsor to the uplifting hymns of the Abbey as it intertwines personal struggle with universal hope. And polls show 71% of Britons supporting her approach as her journey shows that strength is found in vulnerability and gratitude strengthens family. And through this she not only endures but shines, guiding the nation toward brighter days.